So I'm going to share 3 things that we do in our action plans inevitably that help us stay in touch with our clients. Trey Willard, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm going to talk really fast. I got a lot of content in a very short period of time, so please stay with me. I want to share a statistic with you guys. National Association of Realtors did a survey. 87% of people said that they would use their real estate agent again to buy or sell their property. Only 12% do. So what's the reason, right? Big disconnect in the way that we're communicating with our past clients and sphere of influence. So I'm going to give you guys 3 tactics, 2 resources. They're all going to kind of cross, so again, bear with me. Number 1, first off, I'm not going to tell you how to build a database. Take your phone, export the contacts, load it into a CRM. What CRM? Like Tom says, whichever one's free, whatever you already have. Cool, right? So we got a database, right? We need to build an action plan. So I'm going to share 3 things that we do in our action plans inevitably that help us stay in touch with our clients. Number 1, most importantly, quarterly calls, right? So we need to stay in touch with our database. We need to be calling them quarterly and stop looking for the perfect script because it doesn't exist, okay? So it's not out there, it doesn't exist. The perfect script when you call your sphere of influence and your past clients is a genuine script. So I use the Ford script. Family, occupation, recreation, dream. It gives you 4 bullet points to talk about it. You probably won't make dreams. You'll talk about recreation. Most importantly, occupation, right? Because we want them to know what we do for a living, right? One of the coolest things that I do, I've gotten a lot of feedback on this. I did a podcast with Bill Pipes on real success. I get really, really deep, so if you want more info, check it out. But every morning when I start my prospecting, I jump on Facebook, I look in the right-hand corner, and I check out whose birthday it is, right? So I get the drop-down menu, typically 10, maybe 5 people, right? But if we're following Tom's 554, I got my 5 people that I'm calling for the day, right? Past clients, sphere of influence. We've got our 4, we got lead follow-up, right? And then we've got 4 or 5 new people. So that makes it really easy to prospect. So instead of sending them a text message or writing on their wall, pick up the phone and call them and wish them a happy birthday. And it's funny because I bet some of your parents don't even call you on your birthdays, am I right? So how do you think your friend or one of your past clients will feel when they get a phone call from you first thing 8, 9 o'clock in the morning? They're going to be pretty jacked up about that. And that gives you an opportunity just to reconnect with them about what's going on in their life, what's going on with their job, what's going on with what are they doing this summer for vacation, where are they taking their kids. Take your phone, shoot a video if you don't feel comfortable calling them. Send them a video. Hey, happy birthday. Hope you have a stellar day. Can't wait to connect with you soon. So that's one way we really use that. I want to kind of cross how we use Facebook, right, to leverage those relationships. So instead of just jumping on somebody's Facebook profile and jumping on their timeline or news feed or wherever it may be, instead of just liking someone's picture or their status, get in there and get involved. Comment, say, man, what are you guys up to? Love the picture. It looks like you guys went on a badass vacation. Let's talk about that, right? Because you're not going to remember the people that liked the picture. You're going to remember the people that commented on the picture. So use Facebook as leverage to get really, to get connected, right? Shapiro just came out here and just, he told us how many people are on mobile devices. 1 in every 5 minutes spent on mobile, right? So there's a lot of people using mobile devices. Use that social media as leverage, Facebook especially, to stay in touch with those folks. So that's 2 ways. We'll move on. I got a lot of stuff to cover. So the second thing that we do that we've had a lot of success with is client appreciation parties. So how many of you guys do client appreciation parties? An awesome way to get face-to-face with all of your past clients and everyone in your sphere of influence, right? So who do you invite? That's probably the question. Well, who do I invite? What if I only have 10 past clients, right? Well, guess what? It's going to cost you a lot less. So, what we do, and again, I'm not going to get too far off on different tactics. You guys can use your own tactics on how to do this, but we rent a restaurant. We have the restaurant cater the event. I'll link up with my lenders and my title company to help offset those costs. So if you guys aren't doing that, that is a huge strategy in order to help you pay for that, because it can get really expensive. So it's food catered, open bar, and the cool thing is you get to connect with those people probably 3 or 4 times before they ever even show up to the event. So you're calling them and you're inviting them, right? You're sending them an email with an evite, right? You're probably going to shoot them a text reminding them, hey, the event is here. So I've reached out and touched those clients 3 times in maybe 30, 60 days. And that was all through different channels, right? Text messaging. It could be a video. Hey, we're doing a client appreciation party. We really love it if you came. Thank you so much for the referral. I look forward to seeing you. That pretty easy stuff. So the third thing we did this year that we had a ton of success with, how many of you guys have ever had a king cake? Anybody, maybe? So a king cake is very traditional New Orleans. We linked up with a local donut shop, and they had just a regular cinnamon donut king cake, which is pretty phenomenal, and a maple bacon king cake. So what we did was we called everybody in our sphere of influence, well, any of our referral partners, anybody who did business with us in the past, and we said, hey, look, we're going to be doing a little event at the office. We would love for you guys to come by. So what is a reverse pop by? Because I'm probably jumping ahead, right? So instead of going and popping by someone's house and giving them an item of value, or, I know people do cookies and cakes and brownies, or there's all kind of different things, right? What we do is we have them come to us. So again, here's an opportunity to get your clients, your sphere of influence, your referral partners, whoever you want to invite to come see you. Because in my opinion, there's no better connection than a face-to-face connection. So we invite all the people again, just like the client appreciation party. We're calling them, we're texting them, we're sending them an evite, and then we're usually shooting them another reminder later on, like, hey, come by. We had 65 people that RSVP'd, and they showed up at my office to pick up a king cake, and I didn't even have to leave. And we're talking like a $600 investment. You could go to Costco and you can buy pies. I mean, whatever you really want to do. It's totally up to you. Those are 3 tactics. I highly recommend you guys. It's a digital age right now. People have never been so disconnected, right? We need to connect. So if we have to connect via social media, then that's the way it is. If we still need to have face-to-face communication, we still need to call them. There's many other tactics that you can use, items of value. We're getting really heavy into doing video marketing, where we're going to send out a monthly market report, right? And through BombBomb, you can see who opens that up, right? And then you could go back, you can call them and say, hey, look, I just wanted to get some feedback. We just sent you guys the market report. Did you like it? Did you find some value there? So my goal is every time I call someone in my sphere of influence or my past clients, I'm providing them value. So I'm either A, inviting them to do something for free. Come have some cocktails, come eat some food. Let's just hang out. Here's a king cake or some sort of whatever it may be, whatever you decide it is. And then the third thing, through the phone calls and just genuinely connecting with people, that's extremely important. But I'm always giving them something. And here's another thing is, guys, don't call and ask for a referral. Don't do it. By the second time you call them and say, hey, this is Trey. Do you know anybody looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? They're going to hang up on you, or they're not going to hang up on you, but they're not going to answer your calls moving forward. So you have to provide value, and then you have to earn the right to ask for the referral. So kind of like the Gary Vee, jab, 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 hit them with the right hook. So those are some tactics and some strategies that you can use. If I had to say there was a secret, what helped me propel my business, and I had a flat line, I hit a ceiling in 2015, and in 2014, I was kind of stuck in that 60 transaction mode. And this is me, solo agent, part-time assistant, and I couldn't really break through that next level. So I was like, what do I do, right? There's all these systems and processes, there's all these big teams, everybody's expanding, there's gotta be something, right? There's like a secret sauce, right? I joined coaching with Tom Ferry. Now I was in another coaching organization before, but it wasn't a good fit. And the biggest resource for me is the ecosystem. And it's not just the coaching calls that I get. And there's several levels. There's core, there's elite, there's team plus. It really just kind of depends on where you're at in your business and where you want to go. But the ecosystem, and I'm sure all you guys in elite and in core can agree with me, team plus. If you have a question like, hey, what kind of marketing are you doing for this particular lead source? Or there's so many items of value just on the Facebook page in like the file section. I mean, it's really insane. The Members Resource Center, literally, like Tom says, R&D, rip off and duplicate, right? They have, his team has given you everything in the world that you need to grab it, and you can just inevitably just change it up, right? Add different names, whatever it may be. But like I said, I don't think there's a secret sauce. You can't replace hard work, and ambition. So like Tom says, quit being a candy ass and pick up the phone.
Hey, it's Coach Tom Ferry. Have you been considering hiring a coach? If so, click the link below and check out what we do.